Men have emotions. Now they go to a school, their local school, and they are carrying an AR-15 and something goes wrong. So we have biological factors that separate us. Men and women are not equal. If you want to focus on yourself and building your health and your wealth, you have to say no to relationships. Yes, sir. It is episode number 7 of The Riff. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you are enjoying your day today. It is another day, another episode. We're back at it again. What is this? Episode number 7? Number 7, right? We are rocking and rolling. This is going to be coming out on Friday, coming out Monday and Fridays every single day. Speaking of that, today is actually a Thursday. Went to go out and lift. Yesterday we did legs. Today we're going out and we do arms. We're on that split that's it's basically the Arnold split, chest and back. Then you do arms. Then you do legs. So focus mostly on upper body because obviously upper body is like how you get the chicks, right? So focus mostly on upper body, but still hitting legs as well. Well, today was upper body day. So in upper body day, it's kind of like every once in a while I get bored. And I mean, you know how it is. When you're at the gym, you're in between sets, you get on your phone. All right? I mean, you can't tell me that you don't. We all get on our phone. Me and Parker, we're over there, working out, doing some sets on biceps. All of a sudden, pop on my phone, start getting on. Usually it's YouTube because I listen to like podcasts and stuff while I'm working out. So typically YouTube is like the main source that I'm on. Then I'll get on Instagram and I'll get on Twitter a little bit. Well, I was on Twitter today and something caught my eye. Okay, so I think everyone follows Elon Musk on Twitter. Like, how many followers does Elon Musk have, Parker? Do you know?
He has quite a bit. I can check. It seems an outrageous number, though.
Yeah, pull that one up. Because I don't know if it's like you know how when you first join Instagram, you like have to follow Instagram?
Only 142 million. So
only 142 million, exactly. So I think it's kind of like the Instagram thing, where it's like when you first download Instagram, you like have to follow Instagram. Basically, it's the same for Twitter. I'm pretty sure that he just pumps his own content to you. Well, because I don't know if I'm actually following it or not, but I always see his stuff. Right. Well, I started scrolling through. Every time it pops up, keeps on talking about women. And he's like, I'm saying like, what is a woman? And then he's like, you need to watch. I guess it's a film now. Watch this film. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bird?
yeah, it's that Matt Walsh guy. I really don't know if he's I think he's not necessarily a politician, but kind of like Ben Shapiro, like kind of talks about all things politics. Yeah, he came out with I don't know if you call it a movie or like a documentary, and he like posted on Twitter, just kind of like that Tucker Carlson guy is now, like posting all his episodes on Twitter.
Wait, so is he like media? Is he a media guy?
Yeah, I mean, I'd compare him to Ben Shapiro, whatever you'd call Ben Shapiro.
But he's not mainstream media.
No, like he's not on any news channels or anything.
Okay.
But yeah, he came out with this movie or documentary. I've only seen like clips of it, but mostly what I've seen, he had, Leah Thomas, the swimmer.
Do not know anybody.
Leah Thomas she was the trans swimmer, the girl swimmer who took first place and beat all those girls out.
Wait, this is like an actual thing?
Yeah, that was like big. That was like a few months ago.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm in the monk mode. I'm getting work done. Okay, I don't.
Well, Leah Thomas was on some college swim team or something like that, and she was just whipping everybody, beating records, and turns out she was like not even like top 70 in men's, and then she transferred and she's just beating all the records in women. And some girl from her team was like anonymously on the that What Is a Woman show, like talking about how it wasn't fair and all this stuff, which they couldn't come out in public and say it because they'd get flamed. Yeah. But he goes around and basically asking like strangers, like, so what is a woman? And some lady would be like, well, a woman's whatever a woman says they are. Like, only a woman can define a woman. And he's like, all right. Well, he's like, are you a cat? And she goes, no. He goes, well, can you tell me what a cat is? And she just turns and like walks off. Like, didn't have an answer to that. I thought it was hilarious, but.
So have you actually watched the film, or you just seen clips and stuff of it?
No, just clips. I mean, I've seen quite a bit of clips. I've probably seen half of it just in clips, but I haven't watched the whole thing through.
Interesting. I guess that's, you would think that normally wouldn't be a question that a typical person would ask. what is a woman. I think that's pretty obvious. But now in this day and age, I think obviously that's why he made the film, right? I haven't seen the film. Like I said, I literally just saw it this morning on Elon Musk's page about him talking about it. But that is, like, how do you answer that in the right terminology today? How can someone go out and clearly define what a woman is when the definition is becoming so blurred and so away from reality? Because nowadays everyone can be a woman. I mean, we talked about that in a previous podcast with the whole Target deal and what people can be and who they are as individuals. What is a woman? I guess it may, even if I answered that, I would probably get in trouble for it, And I think nowadays we're shifting from that point of where hard times create strong men create weak times create strong men create hard times, right? It's a cycle. It's a constant loop, okay? I think we're at that point, and typically it's 80-year loop. I don't know if you've known this, but typically that to get from point A all the way around back to point A, it's 80 years, okay? Because a typical cycle of a human being is 80 years. Lifespan of a human, about 80 years or so. It used to be 40, okay, but now it's about 80. And so as those hard times create stronger men, as we transition, I think that's where we're at. Where I think really the illness in the C-19 was that hard time for us. I think with the woke ideology, everyone really just, getting their panties in a wad about what? Who knows ever? Because you define a woman, so you can't go out and talk about what a woman is, and you get mad, and then your feelings get hurt, and then you're emotional, and now your emotions come out, and men have emotions. Now they go out and go to a school, their local school, and they are carrying an AR-15, and something goes wrong, right? That sort of stuff is because these easy times that strong men created, strong men go out and they create easy times, that then creates weak men, and the weak men create the hard times. And I think we are now shifting from that hard times into stronger men, because I know me and Parker are sick of it. We're sick of all the crap. We're sick of all the woke ideology, all this stuff coming out where you can't even define what a woman is. And I think, how many views does that video have?
The What is a Woman?
Yeah.
Like 150 million, 160 million.
And how long has it been out? Because I just heard of it.
And that's what, I think it was Piers Morgan talking about it. He was like, the top movie right now isn't Little Mermaid or the new Fast and Furious or the new Transformers. He's like, it's What is a Woman? He's like, now what are the odds like that we thought the top movie in 2023 we'd be talking about what a woman is? Something so simple, but
no,
I guess not so simple.
It's not because it is the way our times are shifting where, like you said, Little Mermaid, and I've heard about that as well, where you have that time. Well, I think that first came out probably in the 70s or 80s. I don't know, it was later than that. I think it was 90s or something. Anyways, Little Mermaid, right there. That was a original movie about a Disney princess who was a mermaid, and I heard that they had to take out a song from one of the I guess. I didn't watch. I had two sisters. They watched Little Mermaid. I never really watched the full thing, and there was a crab in there or something. But I think it was the prince was singing a song and basically talking about how he's going to go out and save this woman and make her be his wife or something like that. And in this new movie, they couldn't sing that song because the man is going out and saving the woman and telling the woman that he's going to be that woman. She is going to be his wife. And then he's basically controlling her. Well, whatever happened to a man being the main control or the main source of the home, like providing for his family? What happened to that? Can we not do that anymore? Now, does the women, the females have to provide for the family? Because if that's the case, well, then who's going to take care of the kids? Is the man going to take care of the kids? If you've looked into anything that has to do with how a household should be run, it's not going to be the man taking care of children and raising children, the woman going out and working hard at her job and doing things. Because guess what? She's carrying the kids. So how, when she's 9 months pregnant and her stomach's out here, how can she go out and do the hard labor without risking her child's safety to create a family that's better? It doesn't work. And that's what everyone's trying to fight, this biology. But we are human beings. We have biological factors that separate us. Men and women are not equal. They are not in the same realm on certain aspects. I can bench 300 pounds. Show me one woman that can bench 300 pounds. There may be few. There are few, but there are a lot more men that can bench 300 pounds than a lot more than women are.
I bet Leah Thomas can bench 300 pounds.
I don't even know who that is.
She's
the
the women's swimmer, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's transgender, and then it's like, what are we doing here? We're playing around, and this is life, and this is reality, and we're in this like realm that doesn't even make sense. It's biology. You can't argue with biology. You can't. It's nature. It's human nature. It's the way that we work as human beings, and it's like we think that we can go on this different age because now we have technology. Now, honestly, it's because our lives are so easy, right? Our lives have been to a point to where they've gotten so easy because those hard men have created easy times. They've created now weak men. And now majority of us are weak. And with that, you got to be strong. The strong survive and the weak fall off, right? So you got to turn strong, otherwise you're going to be left in the dust. So turn strong, and that's what we're doing right now, right? I know there's a lot of people that I follow and a lot of people that I'm sure a lot of you guys follow. I'm talking Joe Rogan, right? I would say he's probably a strong man. Andrew Tate recently got out of prison as well. You have entrepreneurs like Alex Hormozi, right? There's guys out there who are doing the hard things and getting the work done because they know that if they don't do it, then the weak men are going to take over and it will ruin the world, right? So they understand that. And speaking of Alex Hormozi, I watched another episode with him of the Season of No. Have you heard of the Season of No, Parker?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like they talked about it in I don't remember if it was Hard Times, Great Strong Men or The Way Superior Man. They mentioned it, but it's pretty much like monk mode.
Yeah. Yeah, so essentially what Alex talks about is a season of no, okay? And most of the time, as you're starting off your career as an entrepreneur, you want to go out and you want to do as much as you can. When you're an entrepreneur, that's the thing, is you don't have a structure. You don't have anything set in line to where you can go out and you can hang out at the pool all day, but you're not going to be making any money. Right? And if your friends invite you to the club, you can say yes, and you can go to the club and you can hang out, spend more money, but at that time, you're not making money. Then you're going to wake up later in the day, you're not going to get your day started, and likely it's going to be a lot more difficult to bring in cash, right? So every time you say yes, you are saying no to money, all right? So what Alex talks about is how you go out, and when friends ask you to go to the club, you say no to them in this season, right? It's a portion of your year where you say no to the club, to the friends, to the relationships that you have, because you're saying yes to the money, to the wealth that you want to build in your future, right? So you aren't necessarily turning down your friendships. You're not ruining friendships, because this is what I talk about. That's what the regiment's about, is health, wealth, and relationships. If you want to focus on yourself and building your health and your wealth, you have to say no to relationships. A majority of the time, you're going to have to turn down one to help the other one improve, right? And with that, that's what we're doing right now. I mean, that's why, here's the deal, is this podcast, we like it and we enjoy it. When we start it up and we're in flow, it's enjoyable. But to set everything up and come out here and record, and knowing that majority of you guys aren't going to be watching, right? Majority of the world isn't going to be watching. There's only a few. But guess what? It's a season of no. We know that we are saying no to the things that we probably want to do now, but in the future, it's going to be better. We're delaying that gratification. So this season in particular is no. Our friends want to go out? No. We want to go to the lake house and go party on the boat? No. This is a season of no. We're going to work. We're in monk mode, as some other people put it. We're going to work now to better our lives in the future. Am I right?
No, yeah. I mean, if you asked me a year ago when I was still in college, if you told me this schedule and said next year you're going to be living on this schedule, I'd say, yeah, there's no way. I mean, a year ago I was waking up at noon, probably average every day, and now what is our schedule? We wake up 4:45, 5 a.m. sharp, at the gym by 5:30, back home by 8:30, then we're working until 8 p.m. when we're getting ready to go to bed. Like it's outrageous.
No, we do have lunch. We got lunch at 12:30.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We get to go to grab lunch that's 2 miles away, grab it, and come back and work while we're eating, which is a total about 30 minutes. But we're still working during it. But it's crazy. Like I didn't expect I'd ever be this productive in a day's time for sure.
I'm telling you, man. And I've really have morphed into this. It's taken me years to develop, and it was really during that Ironman preparation when I started. The regiment is what I follow. I have a particular regiment that I follow, and that's one of the reasons why I created my fitness program in the regiment and pushing people to develop that and ensure that their day is structured so they don't have craziness going on in their lives and different things. And speaking of the Ironman and building that regimen out, I've actually partaken and started adding in a new regiment into my life. And we talk about work in the season of no. I think I've started to develop almost a complacency and just being comfortable with myself. And I don't like being comfortable. I mean, obviously you do, right? But I know it's not good for me to be comfortable, and putting myself in uncomfortable situations is what I think us as humans need to do to improve our lives. And so I signed up for my first ever ultra marathon in the, what is it? Do you know how to pronounce it? Mongoline?
It's like Mogoll. We can pop it up, but it's like, I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
try. It's like some Native American. It's around that Mongoline Monster 100. We're going to say that. Okay, it's something around that. I haven't ran it yet. Maybe after I run it, then I can pronounce it. But I've signed up for this because I want to put myself in even more difficulty and even more hardship, because I know that that's what's going to christen my mind and ensure that the discipline that I build in that is not going to allow me to regret my future decisions, right? I'm going to be able to build that discipline, build that hardship, ensure that my life is structured in a way in which it's regimented and I flow throughout my day. And then I'm going to be able to, hopefully, once I finish that, focus on other things and better my life in general, whether it's health, wealth, or relationships, right? So I did sign up for my first ever ultra marathon. If you guys want to check out kind of the backstory behind that, that's on the my actual YouTube channel, and that came out this last Wednesday. So I'm in full training mode. Season of no, we're in the middle of it. We're working hard. We're going to get out podcasts to you guys, and hopefully going to continue to do that throughout the weeks, throughout the months, and throughout the years, because consistency on top of everything is the most important. So we're here for you guys. If you have any questions or if you have any comments about kind of what we talked about, what is a woman? Maybe if you have an answer of what is a woman, let us know in the comments section. Otherwise, guys, that's going to do it for episode 7 of The Rift. If you did enjoy, hit that subscribe button, leave us a like, leave us a comment. Otherwise, guys, we'll talk to you on the next episode.